This has been the most requested Grateful Dead thing that people told me that I'm gonna like. So let's see if they're wrong. It's this one. So I had to find a video that is not official from the official Grateful Dead channel, because when I do that, okay, someone re-edited this to remove nudity. Okay, so, but it was from a Blu-ray, and then he put it on to YouTube, so it should be fine. This person was able to upload it, so I should be able to keep it uploaded after this. So this is 14 minutes. Chat as you will. I will write in the chat. I'll try not to talk. I'll try not to pause. If we absolutely must. I'm holding my little stickers. And by the way, yes, tonight is my Pinot Noir and chill night, and so you'll see a much chiller Erica. No, I agree. That's okay. You know, when people are insecure about their height and they keep being like, "Oh, but I'm really good at da da da." I feel like the whole Goose thing to keep saying that they're on CBS. It's like they're still in their like we need to justify ourselves stage. Like they're still kind of justifying themselves. So it's like, look, I'm going to the Goose concert in like 4 days, like on Tuesday night. So, um, you know, it's what it is, okay? So I at least need to have the background on Goose, so when I walk in, I'm not like, what the F is this? So I heard one Goose set, it was like an encore of 726 at Mulholland or whatever, and I was like, okay, this is kind of like mainstream and whatever. But, you know, so I might as well hear what their big hit is, you know, their commercial hit that they played on CBS Morning, that whatever. So that's not our, that's at the end of the agenda if we even get there, because this widespread panic, I think, is more important, I guess. I don't know. People are saying I need to listen to them. So tonight might as well be the night. Let's see. How are we looking? We got 20 people. Woo! I agree. It's like Trey's on TV all the time. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? I agree. They shouldn't. Okay, ready? Shh, you guys can type, but I'm going to try not to chomp. I'm just going to.
Shine, cat's on power pound, walking jingle in the midnight sun. But don't vote a drip of silver, come on, I like a crave, so we'll star out through a dream. A lace bandana like a one, I Cheshire like a dime, and I just a leaf of all colors, lays a golden string beat up to a double, he waterfall over my heart. silver I rang a silent bell beneath the shower of pearls in the eagle winged palace of the queen. Child.
guys, did you think that was sad? I was crying because he's not alive anymore. And it's like, isn't it, don't you think it's kind of like sad to say like, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone, and then it's like, now you're dead? Like, to me, that really just got to me, because it's like saying something you know before it's gonna happen, you know? And like, you just don't know how that would impact everybody. So yeah, I got really emotional when they first said, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Because like, he's no longer with us, and then Phil Lesh died, right? So like, a lot of people have passed away from the band, so it's really sad. So yeah, but I will say that's the thing I liked the most so far of all the Dead. I thought that was great. So now everybody in the comments who was like, I just the Dead aren't for you. That touched me. That was really good. That was really good. They had a good groove. They played really well together. The songs were nice. The transition was really seamless. I'm still crying over the "You're Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone." Got a little emotional there. But yeah, I mean, it's so nice that they have this 70s footage, because, I mean, I know they had camera, they had film back then, but not everyone, to have such a beautiful thing recorded, and then just to also have that they put so much focus on the audience. Like, it wasn't like they just recorded the band, they recorded the audience. But I did feel like really sad about the children running around in the beginning, because I don't think anyone was watching them, and I just think like a lot of bad things used to happen to children back then that like nobody talked about. And I just think it's crazy to me that people, these like hippies, just like went around with their kids and like lived this hippie lifestyle with like young children, and just had their like children running around and just like, whatever, I'm just gonna get high, see you later. Like, who knows what happened to those kids? I'm sure some terrible things happened to some of those kids, and I don't know. I just thought that made me sad when I saw that part. I know that's nothing to do with the music, but it just, when you kind of look back at a time in history, and things like that happened throughout history, but it's just no one talked about it, So, and then what I want to know is this fence, like, these people didn't pay and they're just watching from outside? That's interesting. But then notice, like, no, literally nobody is overweight. Like, well, Jerry Garcia is a little overweight, but he was a diabetic, right? But no one in the audience is literally overweight. Like, literally, you know how they always say that? Like, how they're like, why did people... Yeah, no, I cried. Like, it was very beautiful. So when I publish this video after, and you'll be like, I was there when Erica started liking the Grateful Dead, and you'll be like, I was there. And then someone's going to be like, I'm the one that recommended China Cat Sunflower. And then everyone's going to try to take credit for it. But I promise you, it was like 5 people at least who recommended this exact thing for me to listen to. So all of them were right. Okay. So... I'm just glad this footage exists, and I thought it was great. I think the 1972 is more my vibe than the 1989. I mean, look how he went so gray just from here until he was, 46 in the 1989 video. He looks young here. He's a little thicker compared to everybody else. You know, it's funny, by today's standards, Jerry Garcia would be like thin, right? But by the 1970s standards, he was like a little heavy. You know what I mean? The people in the audience are like famished. I mean, by today's standards, but that was healthy. So, you know what was the thing about 1972? That processed food was not mainstream yet, and diet soda was not invented, but also sodas were still really small and no one was drinking them like regularly. I think people were still eating meals. They weren't eating like grab and go Twinkies and stuff like that. So you can just see the difference in America from just 1972 to today. And, yeah, don't worry, Wink. We can get you a non-edited version. Okay, so any other comments on the Grateful Dead before we move on to Widespread Panic? We can have more discussions in the chat. Just let me know. And you guys are on a slight delay from me, so I always have to wait a few seconds because it takes, I think that's like 15 seconds delay or something like that from when I say something until when you guys hear it. So I'm just going to wait for the chat. Any comments? Oh, I'll have to watch that Dark Star. Someone recommended to me about Dark Star. So it's the same footage, it's the same concert. By the way, I was showing you guys during the thing that this says Erica Bridesmaid. I once was a bridesmaid and they gave me this like custom wine cup. So, um, yeah, that's true. These are all my number one. You guys are all my number one commenters on my regular YouTube posts. Now I get to have you all here together in a chat together. This is fun. This is the whole idea. I hope this can be a regular thing. As you saw in my post, I hinted out what's a good time, when can we do this on the regular. And then out of an impromptu, I was like, you know what? I have so much stuff to get through. I need to review so many things. And I said, you know what's going to make me do it? And you know how I'm always like rushed and I'm not relaxed? I was like, I'm going to take a Friday night in, drink some red wine, which is like my relaxing thing, right? And then I can just really focus on the music and just enjoy being in the chat with you guys. And so then whenever I have something to say, instead of having to say it and pause, I just type it to you guys. So it like fulfills all of the things, okay? So for those just joining, we listened to Fish Ghost, we listened to Grateful Dead. They were very different, by the way, so I love that. We're going to get a big variety of jam band music tonight. I'm no